The silver price is roaring back to life, ascending upwards from some recent FUD levels up to about $70 and it has been consolidating at around this level. But at the same time, gold has added back about $300 onto the price chart. And I have to say, things are looking really, really promising right now for gold, silver, copper. And we're also going to be talking about SpaceX in today's video because that has been making the rounds. And I'm also going to drop you guys some secret artificial intelligence analysis of SpaceX itself, according to Warren Buffett. So we'll do that at the end because obviously there's been a lot of FOMO for SpaceX. It's done a 2x out of the gate nearly. And we'll talk about SpaceX and US tech stocks as well at the end of the video. And I'll give you guys an update on exactly what's happening in the Middle East and whether this could actually flip back to a war. We'll mention the one Achilles heel of this whole situation, plus, you know, gold, silver, copper, all the important stuff in today's video. So if you guys enjoy it, like it, and let's get straight into it. So I just want to say, look, the market is rebounding very nicely. So as we kind of talked about on this channel, as we analyzed, as we predicted, I said, once this situation flips, money is going to pump back into the market. And that's exactly what we've been seeing for gold, for silver, also for copper. And the positive news is we still have plenty and plenty of room to go much higher once again. So you can actually see, particularly with silver, before this whole conflict even took off, how high it was trading. So the recovery has started for the last couple of days, but have a look at the good news here. Still got plenty and plenty of room. So previously there was a very strong level of support / resistance right here. So silver could be targeting, you know, $90 based off those technical levels right there as it starts to work its way back up over the medium and long term. And you guys know as well, $120 is roughly the all-time high for silver. Now, one thing a lot of economies will be doing with this Strait of Hormuz deal that is, you know, all but pretty much over right now is they will be printing out a lot more money. And you can see right here, gold has also started the recovery as well. And you can see some important levels, particularly around, you know, the 4,000, I'd say 4,500. Gold reclaiming that will be very important. But you guys also know gold has went previously to $5,600. And there's a big window right here over the medium and long term to, you know, recapture a lot of these gains. So as we've been saying on this channel, and again, I'm not short-term trading gold, silver. I'm not doing the day trades or anything like that. You know, it's looking solid with the backdrop of money printing happening with the national economies right here. And you can see 39.26 trillion for the US money supply. The politicians aren't going to talk about this. And this is part of the reason you're going to see so much money come into stocks and also other types of assets, right? And this is just going to be a constant theme. It's been a constant theme for decades. And they're just going to kick this the can down the road, so to speak. So expect a lot of money to come in. And that's going to be good. In the short term, guys, the oil price is crashing, which is good because that's going to take off a lot of you know, input inflationary pressure from raw materials. So we can see right here, crude really starting to drop, which is good. Strait of Hormuz is opening up. The Iranian foreign minister has said the war with the US is over. And the deal is going to get signed this Friday in Switzerland. That's my understanding, right? So there's going to be a formal, you know, meeting of the parties in Switzerland this Friday. The only thing that could be an Achilles heel in this situation is the whole Lebanese situation right here. So you can see the Iranians are not really budging on Lebanon. But the US is budging on Lebanon. They're saying, you know, fine, we'll have a ceasefire with Lebanon. But the problem is the Israelis are not budging on Lebanon. So they're not withdrawing from Lebanon. They're continuing to strike within Lebanon. And what we have to watch out for is going to be an Iranian response, right? So if there is going to be some type of you know, destruction of this ceasefire agreement, it will probably have something to do with Lebanon. And whether the Iranians retaliate to, you know, Israel not doing a ceasefire in Lebanon effectively. So they're saying they want a ceasefire in Lebanon. US is agreeing to a ceasefire. Israel is not agreeing to a ceasefire. So that's the one thing. If there is a response out of Iran, come with missiles or drones, whatever it may be, that might spark the whole region once again. So just have that on the radar as a potential scenario. I can't say that would be good for the world economy. I can't say that would be good for, you know, people's stocks and things like that, and gold, silver, all that stuff, because At the moment, the assets tend to rise with inflation and money printing and a hot bubbling economy, which we might be pivoting back to right now. Now, there has been an absolute tear into SpaceX. So SpaceX has actually smashed a lot of the critics. There was a lot of FUD. Remember, we checked it out before over on X saying this was overvalued, but SpaceX has basically said, nah, it's went up. So I have some commentary right here. So not financial advice. This is just kind of what I'm observing in the market. But I definitely think to some degree there is some meme dynamics coming in for SpaceX. And what I mean by that is a lot of people out there don't understand memes and community value. And it is starting to happen. So it's what we're seeing in the crypto market, especially with cryptos like Dogecoin. You can see in the back right here, this has like a market cap of $14.8 billion, right? And there's going to be a lot of other cryptos out there that have this meme dynamic play into them. And what it really means is just like community. It's like hype. It's retail and money. It's retail investors wanting to be part of the community and say like they own, SpaceX, they own a slice of satellites and things like that. So it is very confusing for the valuations. And it's very confusing for the Warren Buffett valuations as well, because recently Warren Buffett actually came out, if you don't remember, saying a lot of the valuations are starting to disconnect. And I think the secret of what he's not really understanding is like this meme dynamic, which is quite hard to understand. So when you look at crypto, say like Dogecoin, you guys know we're experts at crypto. A lot of the value just comes from people, psychologically believing in it, retail wanting to be part of that community, even though there is literally nothing behind this in terms of profit, in terms of loss, in terms of, real tangible physical assets or something that produces some type of valuable, service or sell some type of valuable asset to the market in terms of something real, like a robot or a droid or whatever it might be, right? It's all kind of intangible psychological value. So it's in the psychological realm, which a lot of people just struggle to deal with. But I think that is some dynamic coming in for Elon Musk. So we've seen a lot of retail people buying into this. We're seeing the ETF providers will be buying into SpaceX, right? So they're going to be coming in. And let's just get a Warren Buffett analysis, exactly how Warren Buffett would treat SpaceX right now. So this might kill some of your FOMO, but it's just this balancing act between meme dynamics and actual real valuations. So I've got my Warren Buffett stock analyzer right here coming out of Gemini AI that I've developed, and it will give us some interesting perspectives. And I can run this for basically any type of stock or ETF I want to. So these are the results. Warren Buffett, if he was to analyze SpaceX right now, what would he be saying? So I've just put in the prompt SpaceX. And he says right here what it does. So what even is the business? So Space Exploration Corp is an aerospace manufacturer, satellite internet provider through its Starlink network, and following recent merger with xAI, an artificial intelligence company. They build reusable rockets, launch satellites, and are aiming to build orbital AI data centers and eventually colonize Mars. Charlie Munger and I have always believed in staying strictly within our circle of competence. We understand insurance, railroads, and seas candies, complex orbital mechanics, deep space colonization, and unproven artificial intelligence ecosystems are miles outside our wheelhouse. It's a highly complex, capital-intensive business with a lot of unproven tech that is very difficult for a traditional investor to predictably evaluate. And you can see right here, so he's given it a very good moat, right? So a moat is, how hard it is for other companies to come into the same space. I mean, how many other companies can come in and do satellites and really, and rockets? Not many, right? So they do have a very formidable moat, according to Warren Buffett right here. And if you have a look right here at the management and profitability, so this is where the Buffett analyzer really starts to hit SpaceX. So he says right here, management and profitability, 3 out of 10. While Mr. Musk is undeniably a brilliant engineer with a track record of disrupting industries, the profitability here leaves much to be desired. The company is currently incinerating cash, posting a net loss of nearly $4.9 billion in 2025, largely driven by massive computing expenses of its AI division. They are promising investors the moon, but we prefer businesses that send actual cash to Omaha rather than businesses that constantly require more capital from Wall Street to fund speculative ambitions. So it's saying, the actual return on equity is quite poor. So they've got over 50 billion in liabilities, a lot of debt, even though they do have a lot of assets as well. If the capital markets were to freeze up, as they predictably do from time to time, a business burning this much cash to service its ambitions could find itself in a very tight spot. It's actually given it a value of 1 out of 10 as well, which is highly interesting right here. And it really talks about the share price. You got a share price of $200. It's got a market cap of 2.65 trillion. And because they're losing money of 0.72 per share, the PE ratio is practically non-existent. And the dividend yield is flat 0%. And people are paying effectively 100 times the trailing sales for a business that doesn't currently turn a profit. And he says it isn't investing, it's speculative mania driven by hype. And yes, I would agree with that to a lot of degree. Overall, it gives it a 2 out of 10. So definitely an interesting analysis coming out. And you can see right here the actual share price of SpaceX going really high. But again, there's so much future growth basically baked into SpaceX. So it has to really do a lot of things. It has to sell a lot of things. It has to make a lot of money. And right now, that money from a balance sheet and profit and loss perspective just isn't actually there. So it's a lot of retail mania, retail hype, and that's kind of the market. You guys know, if you know Elon Musk, you know Doge, a lot of these meme coins back in the 2021 that rally had to do with just Elon Musk tweeting things. Like he would literally just tweet out something on X, and then the crypto would do like a 10x or a 20x or something crazy, right? So that is the power of Elon Musk. And it's the power of, cult following. It's the power of, hype and mania. And that's what's playing a big role in SpaceX. So I have to say those factors are obviously a good thing for the share price. But again, when it comes to fundamental, metrics of a share, you have to try and understand this very confusing metric called meme dynamics, that's how I see things. So again, not financial advice. Do whatever you want. You can buy, you can sell it. I don't really care. But I'm just here to give you guys my honest opinion on the matter and trying to explain, some of these phenomenons that, happen in the financial markets, because it can be highly, highly confusing to try and understand a lot of this stuff, because there's so much noise, there's so much confusion out there. And I think the better you are with an education, you can navigate these waters a lot better. And that is today's update. So if you guys enjoyed it, something a bit different today, like the video, and I will see you in the next one.